Lord, he doesn't know what he's saying.
He didn't
Under
bring
this
the
cross-examination, I put it to you, man.
He didn't bring the
That Manchester United are in big trouble.
My Lord, I did not. I haven't seen what you're saying.
Shall I Bakea to the lawyers? And
Did you hear? Did you hear
Oh, my God.
when the cross-examiner was saying, "Look at me, look at my face, look at me," so I don't have to repeat myself. Look at me.
You can't come and lecture us here.
You can't come and lecture.
You know what? The repetition of self there is normal. When you ask a question, you say, "Can you please repeat the question?" I have to think more than I answer.
He's thinking.
You know it's difficult. You know that if you haven't written the question, it's difficult to repeat it verbatim.
Yes.
You get a few things out of it.
Yes.
But if
you
don't
repeat
like-
it again. Then brother man is planning his answer.
Hey.
I'm a palm wine tapper.
The general is. I'm a teacher. I'm a banker. You know.
His CV is illustrious.
Oh, you see.
Oh, nice see.
Yeah, what?
Me.
Yeah, what?
I'm
You
a
are chaotic.
I'm a Kiara and I'm a broadcaster and I'm a Kiara. You can't expect me to know what you have to. To all the lawyers, all the judges, it's a cake. There's more today. Wow.
Today's continuation.
Oh, hey, continuation.
I'm not very hot, rough.
Wow. But we got chaotic shout. Let's do the chaotic shout.
Let me see.
Ghana the beam.
Charlie, okay, you guys
Ghana the beam.
start off with
Okay,
the
so let me
chaotic
start
shouts. Let me
with,
see what I've got.
Start.
A happy 70th birthday
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
to Alberta Adoko Goleku.
Wow.
And it's from your siblings, nephews, nieces, and grandchildren. They say we love you to the max. God bless you and give you more years.
Good.
70 years.
Good.
Wow. Let me see. I think I've got a few more. Okay.
Have you?
Let me see. I'll check it shortly.
Okay, whilst you're checking, this one is happy birthday to Asantewa of Asantewa Paradise near Police Depot. Okay, that's a fantastic one to you. Then there's a chaotic birthday shout. This is going to Ajua Ejewa Hupoti, my lovely wife, mother of my kids. Words cannot describe how special you are to us. We love you more than anything, and want your birthday to be the most special day ever. May God, give you strength and bless your abundantly. This is coming from your husband Eric, children Nunana and Janelli, right? Ginelli, the last one. Ginelli, right? Ginelli.
Yes, very well. So let me do this one.
Okay, do it.
And it's glorious and blessed birthday to our victorious friend and colleague,
Okay.
Victoria Lebanon Sefa Ko Awuvala.
Okay.
Divine favor envelope you now and forevermore. It's from Team HR and MGL, and from your son Selassie.
Good.
And they wishing. But let me also do this one finally. So it's your birthday today, Cindy Ofuriapia.
All right.
Nurse Cindy, they call her.
Beautiful.
And it's from all of us to you, including your bosom friend Yawa Gomashi.
Yeah, go Mashi.
I see where that came from.
Yeah, it came from
Now, this is a big one. Kojo, fantastic fan of the Super Morning Show. Patience Akofa Boahini. That's Mrs. Patience Akofa Boahini of the Pong Katamanso Municipal Assembly, I must say. Katamanso.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Thank you so much, Patience Akofa Boahini, Mrs. For listening to the show all the time. Yes.
Yeah, keep listening, okay? Keep
What have you
listening.
got
We
there?
love you. I've got first a belated birthday wish. Belated happy birthday to Doreen Oklu of ADB. And this is from Anonymous. I don't know whether that tells you what you need to know. But also, we have a birthday wish, a special one for Emmanuel K. Arthur.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Arthur is an astute Hearts of Oak supporter. Astute. And the message is, may God bless your new age. And the prayer is that heart doesn't keep disappointing you. He happens to be the senior manager for corporate affairs at the National Food Buffer Stock Company. And this one is from Victor Bracci. Happy birthday to
Okay, there's
you.
one more. Winston, you got one more there.
So it's your birthday, Dr. Gordon Ofelabi of the National Cardiothoracic Center. It's from your wife, Alice Ofelabi, and children Stephanie, Michelle, and Alicia to you.
And a big salute to Corporal Edward Kwesi Osei, aka 230 of the Accra. Yes, aka 230. Yes, of the Accra Regional Police Headquarters.
230 of the Accra
Regional Police Headquarters.
He's a policeman.
Yes, sir.
230.
Yeah, 230.
I want to understand the 230.
And what do you?
No, the 230. I want to understand.
It's a serious matter.
Is it a time? Is it a price?
And what do you for explain? Oh, see you.
Is it a?
And what do you for come explain? Me, I
No,
lay here.
because I want to understand the 230.
230.
All right. Yes. Here's one more. Happy birthday to Mami Ekuya Fusua.
Yes.
She's the owner of Hair Day Beauty Bar.
Good.
Mami Ekuya, lovely lady. Happy birthday to you, Mami. Enjoy your special day.
I can see 2:30 is typing, but when he's ready, I'll let you know the
We must understand the 2:30.
The Joy Sports Center.
Wait.
One chaotic shout.
Sir, wait a second. Let me just check what else I have here.
BBI okay,
wishes and all that. Hey, Charlie. Okay, I'll come back to these.
So we should go, eh?
Let's go.
Joy Sports Center is proudly brought to you by
MTN. Choose your own bundle your own way with MTN Flexi Bundle. Just dial *138# and enjoy bundles that don't expire. It's also brought to you by Standard Chartered Bank.
Here for good.
Now, you know that feeling you get when your phone slips from your hands into water or when it hits the pavement and your heart just skips a beat. Well, MTN is saying that now you don't have to panic when when your phone experiences liquid damage or accidental damage thanks to MTN's device insurance. Just install the MTN device insurance app, fill in the details, start making payments and experience the peace of mind that comes with knowing your device is insured. Download the MTN device insurance app on Google Play or App Store or just go to mtn.deviceinsurance.com and get your phone insured today. So don't wait till it's too late. Get MTN device insurance now. And remember, we're good together everywhere you go. So listen, the month of January has ended, but the tightness level has not been released.
It's not going like that.
Thank God for Standard Chartered. They can still let you win free shopping sprees at ShopRite.
Please do.
You can also get free fuel on the #Free Friday Fuel promotion.
Yes.
Or you could win the big Citroen C5 Aircross sedan from Silver Star Auto Limited. Look, it's the Standard Chartered season of surprises. So you know what to do. Pick up your phone, download the SC mobile app, open an account and make a deposit of 200 Ghana cedis or more, and that's it. You're eligible. Or if you are an existing client, just deposit 200 Ghana cedis and more to stand eligible for a Citroen C5 Aircross sedan, free fuel, and all the shopping you can do at ShopRite in 60 seconds. This promotion has been approved by the Gaming Commission. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Standard Chartered Bank, here for good. And Total is giving you the opportunity to pimp your ride with Total Quartz 9000 Future 0W20. This is Fuel Mu Kufianan.
Yes.
Engine oil mu Kufianan.
Yes, sir.
And look, it will reduce your fuel consumption. It will increase your oil change interval, protect your engine, and clean it as well. Okay, so go to your nearest Total service station and ensure your car is well protected. Join the Total Quartz Nation movement now. Total Quartz, keep your engine younger
for longer. Could you realize that we didn't have a transfer deadline show? We didn't have a transfer countdown, even though it was transfer deadline day. You know, but of course there was nothing to talk about.
Who is going where?
So dry. This transfer was so dry. Liverpool saved us with Osan Kabak and some names from the championship. It was so dry. Our brothers in Sky Sports tried their best, but it wasn't easy.
They couldn't.
They wanted to do what they don't. It wasn't ezy. So we said no transfer countdown for now. We push the transfer countdown to the summer transfer window where we'll see how things go. Because anyway, some business, and clearly Liverpool were leading all of this because they had to do some replacements. Matip, clearly the information is that he's not going to be available for Liverpool throughout the season because he's got an injury. Let's go straight to the BBC's Alistair Ross to give us a rundown of that absolutely dry transfer deadline day.
Cameroon's Joel Matip has been ruled out for the rest of the season with a ligament injury, but they have recruited two new centre-backs. Ozan Kabak is in on loan from Schalke. Ben Davis has joined from second-tier Preston permanently. Meanwhile, Liverpool winger Takumi Minamoto has been loaned to Southampton. Fulham have completed a loan deal for Bordeaux's Nigerian forward Josh Marja. Lots of loans in the Premier League, in fact, where clubs spent under $100 million in total this month. Moises Caicedo to Brighton from the Ecuadorian League for $6 million was the biggest deal done on transfer deadline day in England. 3 years ago, Premier League clubs spent nearly $700. The biggest name on the move was Champions League and World Cup winning midfielder Sami Khedira. A stop-start 5 years at Juventus has come to an end, with the 34-year-old returning to his native Germany with Hertha Berlin. He's yet to feature for Juve this season.
Well, Alyssa Ross there with the information from the transfer deadline day. And so we're looking forward to how teams will get themselves ready. We've got some midweek action to come. I'll tell you about what to expect in the English Premier League, of course. But we have to start with the Ghana Premier League and midweek action here as well to look forward to. But there are concerns about supporters neglecting COVID-19 protocols. Now, some match venues across the country, notably the Crossport Stadium, saw fans breach a 25% capacity directive by government, as fans sat close to each other, without masks. Now, this led to the GFA sanction Accra Hearts to play their games behind closed doors. General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association, Prosper Harrison Addo, is urging fans in the wake of the president's caution to do the right thing.
I'll plead again to all soccer-loving fans who go to our various stadia that when you wear your mask and you enter, please don't take it off. And then when you go in, to ensure that there is social distancing, as we've put in our protocol. So when you sit at one seat, make sure there's a space between you and the next person. Very often you see people aggregating. Even though there are seats to the left, seats to the right, we will plead. The stewards will come around to urge you to move. Please, when they come, cooperate with them. It's for the safety of all of us. And we can only ask for more if we do this right. I know a lot of people are doing it right, but a few so far are giving us cause for concern.
Right. Meanwhile, the Premier League giants Accra Hearts of Oak are unhappy with the ban handed them. Here's the club spokesperson, Kwame Pariado.
If what the NSA released, some teams' supporters have been indicted in whatever they wrote yesterday. And that indictment means that they've gone against the COVID protocols. We are also watching what will happen to them. How do you jubilate in defeat? How do you hug each other in defeat? Go about entertaining yourself in defeat. There's a picture of me going around everywhere. I'm also defeat. Is that jubilation? I am only asking questions per what has been written.
All right, this is an interesting one. So we'll see where it really goes. Let's do some more because we know there are matches to look forward to. Great Olympics are back on it. You want to see them play? All right, you have to get to the Crossport Stadium and go and see them play. They're hoping to continue their fine form this season as they as they actually play there and host Ken Faisal at the Crossport Stadium at 3 p.m. And the Wonder Club sits in third, just 3 points behind the league leaders Karela United. Their head coach, Yao Preko, remains undefeated since his appointment and actually is hoping for more.
It's a long way to go. We shouldn't run ahead of ourselves. We are walking, and it's a very long marathon. So we take it game after game. This is another marathon. This is another hurdle. We go for another hurdle, and then we see how it goes.
Well, if you're an Accra Great Olympics fan, you know you're up against a very tricky Ken Faisal side. The head coach, Andy Sinnerson, masterminded the club's comeback against Brecum Chelsea over the weekend. In that manner, they were losing by 3-0 and ended up winning by 4-3. Now, Andy insists he's the right man to lead the club to get out of this relegation fight.
I told you from the beginning that we are going to win this game. And I have told you previously that the way King Faisal creates chances, if you start scoring, you score many goals. And today it has indicated. I'm vindicated that we've scored 4 goals. And clearly that tells you we are coming up. And I'm happy. I was down 3-0, but we didn't lose hope because we were playing a particular tactics. And in the second half, I changed the tactics, and the tactics were to perfection. So all that I can say is I thank my players, I thank my management, and I thank everybody of King Faisal. I'm really going to prove to them that Andy Sinnerson is capable.
All right, Andy Sinnerson is capable. We look forward to that game at the Crossport Stadium. And you want to follow us on our various social media accounts to get all that you need. At Joy Sports GH on Twitter, head on to My Joy Online and you can hit the sports tab to read all that you've got to. And of course, we have the updates on our major bulletins today and then across the day. Right, now it's now time to get into it and talk about the English Premier League. All right, so we've got midweek action and we have to talk about Manchester United. We know that midfielder Scott McTominay was substituted against Arsenal on Saturday because of stomach cramps. but he's fine to play today. Manchester United up against Southampton. Eric Bailly may replace Victor Lindelof, who struggles to play twice a week due to an ongoing back problem. Southampton are likely to be without Theo Walcott, Ibrahima Diallo, and Will Romero because of fresh injuries. Now, we have to hear from the Manchester United manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who is preaching consistency.
I think we should just focus on ourselves and take one game at a time and not talk about any title, and just focus on playing well, keep improving. We have improved a lot, so for us it's to get the momentum back on, get performances, and continue where we've been.
Let's talk about the other game to look forward to then. The other big one to look forward to. It's Arsenal, who are up against Wolverhampton Wanderers. We know the Wolves head coach Nuno Espirito Santo says his squad has no fresh injury problems ahead of the visit to Arsenal. Now we're looking through it. Arsenal's Per-Emerick Aubameyang could return, while fellow forward Alexander Lacazette is expected to play despite Saturday's blow to his head. It's a good time to hear from the Arsenal boss, Mikel Arteta.
There are a lot of points. You have to be so consistent. You don't depend on yourselves. So let's stick to what we can do better. And the better we do that, the bigger chance will be at the end of the season to try to fight for that. So there are things that they are not in our control at the moment, but many of them there are. And that's the ones that we have to do as well as possible. You see the results every weekend and you go, wow, very surprised. And most of the time it's not one or two, it's more than that. So it tells you how difficult that season has been for everybody, and how much things can change. If you look, for example, at City, where they were 2.5 months ago, where they are right now, you cannot believe it, but it's a reality in this league.
Arsenal versus Wolves, and always a great opportunity to see Ghana's midfielder Thomas Partey in action. We'll look forward to that. Let me tell you about the other games to look forward to then. In Spain, Almeria Sevilla playing the Copa del Rey, the Coppa Italia. There's Inter Milan up against Juventus, big one. There are games as well in the German DFB Cup, and we'll be following all of that for you as we go. Also games in the French Ligue 1, as we put it. Let's do some tennis before we end the Joy Sports Centre this morning. And up to 30,000 fans a day will be allowed to attend the Australian Open. Victoria's Minister for Sport has announced this. A daily crowd capacity of 30,000 will be permitted for the first 8 days of the tournament, split equally between day and night sessions. It will be then reduced to 25,000 from the quarterfinals, half the average attendance of previous years. Russell Fuller has the latest. He's in Melbourne at the moment and tells us what's happening.
They're managing to organise 6 tournaments in 1 week at Melbourne Park, which is quite some achievement, but they will not breathe easily until February the 21st, the day the Australian Open finishes, because the future is still unpredictable. Perth in Western Australia imposed a 5-day lockdown on Sunday after one hotel quarantine worker tested positive for COVID-19. And if there is any community transmission linked to the tennis travelling circus, then that's a big problem for Melbourne and for the Australian Open. You do wonder, don't you? We're all thinking the same thing. They may be a city, Melbourne, which has now had 26 consecutive days without community transmission, but there was the example I quoted in Perth. Brisbane also had a 3-day lockdown last month when a cleaner working in hotel quarantine tested positive. And if you do go into lockdown, however brief, that is not compatible with staging a Grand Slam tennis tournament. And the other issue you've got is that unlike at the US Open, where all the players were in a bubble in hotels, now they've served their 2 weeks in quarantine. The players are free to stay, to eat, and to go wherever they like.
Kojo, that's Russell Fuller for you, telling us about what we should expect, you know, with the first Grand Slam of the year, which starts next week. Kojo, this is going to be, I don't know what's running through the players' mind. Yeah, they've had a lot of problems in having to do their normal training, but they're going to be playing the Australian Open and the COVID-19 protocols and everything. And we just don't know how it's going to go. What if a player, you know, tests positive round of 16 and the quarterfinal? Like it's just all over the place. And we're yet to find out how you know, Australia tennis is going to go about organizing the Australian Open. Anyway,
don't go. Yes,
Kojo.
Before you go, first of all, a quick chaotic shout to Professor Esther Sichi Dawson of the Department of Nutrition and Food Science at the University of Ghana.
Good.
The message is happy birthday, Queen Esther. Yeah. The greatest blessing is having a beautiful, caring, and genuinely admirable mum like you. Love you always. This is from Abba, Kwame, Kofi, Amma, Derek, and your grandchildren.
Wow, Department of Nutrition and Food Science in University of Ghana. University of Ghana, I know they play University of Ghana, you know.
They ain't messing around, you know what I'm
University of
saying?
Ghana is my Ghana,
Professors of Nutrition and Food Science.
Salute.
Yeah.
Professor
Imagine if you're having a wedding and the food is being cooked by a professor of nutrition and food science.
Shaking.
I mean, that's far below her, you know, her qualification. But just imagine that you can put that on your invitation.
Prof, you do.
Speaking of which, I've been thinking about the president's directives. And Nimwa made a point earlier that there are so many people who are going to have to do refunds of the money that has been paid to them to organize events.